Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Cash Value Life Insurance Reviews. I am Brady Watkins with Leverage Wealth Management. And today we are doing a product review on the new Pac Life policies. Pacific Life has come out with an Horizon IUL and Horizon ECV IUL. And so today we are going to review those products. Here we go. So today we're going to split up the video into two simple parts. What of these new Pac Life IULs are staying the same from their old products, and what has actually changed with their new products? And so with the AG49B, a lot of illustration regulations have changed, and so a lot of new products are coming out and will be coming out in the next few months. And so with this Horizon IUL and Horizon ECV IUL, we see a few similarities in their old product. It looks, visually very similar, but we also see a few different changes. So I'm going to go through one of each here. First, saying what stays the same with the IUL with Pac Life. So like I said, one of the main things that stays the same is just visually how these Pac Life IULs look. And so we went ahead and just made a sample case here for the sake of the review. This ledger is what we tend to focus on as we're looking at the design of the policy, but we are not looking at or talking about design. We're talking about the product review and the product mechanics themselves. So what we're gonna look here, I'm gonna touch on this quickly. We're doing a $20,000 premium for 20 years. And then after that, we're gonna take $43,000 out every single year. And that's gonna be tax-free for life with no risk at the market if we chose this policy to initiate here. And so this is the Horizon IUL. So visually, it's staying the same. What I also wanna touch on is the loan provisions. So this is one of the mechanics that is actually staying really, really similar to the PDX2 or the PDX1, the Pac Life Discovery Accelerator, which has been their previous IUL products. We've done full product reviews on that, so we're going to include that, above and in the description below. But again, the loan provisions are very similar to what they've been before, and so they have two types. They call it standard and alternate, and a lot of carriers call these a lot of different things. And so what the standard loan will be talking about is their wash loan or fixed loan. And so just to describe this, it does stay the same as the other product. You're going to be charged 2.25% to take out via standard loan. And in the first 5 years, you're going to be credited 2%. And then after the 5th year, you're going to get credited the same that you're getting charged 2.25%. So this is essentially a wash loan. You absolutely have the ability to take risk away from your loan out strategy using the fixed loan. This is very similar to almost every carrier. Every carrier has something like this or a wash loan. So really the real conversation is the alternate loan. And there's a few different types of loan provisions out there in the IUL space. Mainly the two differences are, is it fixed or is it variable? And we can easily see that this is a variable loan. Their alternate loan is going to be a participating loan. We can see that through how it's being credited, equal to basically your interest that you're earning on the performance of the policy. But what are you being charged? Right now, you're being charged 4.9%, which is actually a really, really good rate. However, it's guaranteed at 7.5%. which essentially is saying you have no idea what you're gonna get charged when it's time to take out income or take out any sort of loan, because that is a variable loan provision. So the good parts about these loans are they're fully participating, which is good. There's no gimmicks there, but it is a variable loan. And so ideally, in an ideal world, really we want a fixed loan provision, meaning a fixed rate that's fully guaranteed. So this stays the same as the other products, alternate loan. So one of the other ways it's staying the same with other products like the PDX2 with Pac Life is this enhanced performance factor rider. So it's an additional rider that you can elect to have. Essentially what this is showing is you can add a rider that's going to give you an extra bonus, and the downside is it comes with an asset-based charge, extra fees on your policy. And we have a full video on that I'm gonna include above in order to kind of show the repercussions of this rider. And for the sake of this illustration, we chose the classic, which would be our suggestion on these products. That is showing you no charge and no bonus. The summation of the video above would be don't choose any option where it's performance or performance plus, because it is not worth the fees that it comes with. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to watch that video. So those are the two big things that are staying the same in these products, and I will say both of them are not super favorable for you as a policy owner. Mechanics wise in the product, you ideally want a fixed loan provision. Pac Life has the alternate or variable loan provision. I will say the good part is it's fully participating, so you have that going for you here. But also the enhancement riders are way too expensive to be able to be justified to be on your policy. And so let's go ahead and get into how these new Horizon products are differing from the last products. And the first thing that we see is completely different indexing options. So let's go ahead and get into that. So we're still on the Horizon IUL. This is not the Horizon ECV. And what we can see here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options here as an index choice. And so I'm gonna go through these one step at a time. So the first one is, what almost every carrier has, which is an S&P based index. And so usually S&P based index have about 100% participation rate. This cap for the S&P index is relatively low at 9.5%. This is going to differ every single year. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. But in terms of right now, the general market for S&P based indexes, this is a low cap. And so what that does for you is reduce the chances of actually getting this 6%, which is the ideal interest rate or the historical indexed account return. The lower your cap is, the less likely you are going to be able to actually perform at how the policy is being illustrated. I think that goes without saying, but the next one is still an S&P account. The only thing different here is a 12% cap instead of a 9.5%. But the downside is you are being charged 80 basis points or 0.80 asset-based charge on top of your fees that you're paying every year. And so if you choose this index, you're getting charged to be in to participate in this index. And so, that's a downside, a big downside, even if you have the extra room in the cap. So the next index that we're looking at is the BlackRock Endura. So this is one of the new ones, one of the changes in these products. There's no cap on this index, and that is typical for newer products and older products that have what's called volatility controlled indexes. Typically you're going to have a lot of volatility, so you get a higher participation rate as well. You also get a bonus on the index, and it is a 0.35% bonus. But as we look a little bit deeper into the contract, only 0.01% of that bonus is guaranteed, which essentially means it's providing a bonus that is in no way guaranteed to you as the policyholder, and therefore we don't want to depend on that index and we don't want to depend on that bonus. When we're looking at other carriers across the industry, you can get more bonuses for a guaranteed rate. Essentially, this is not a good, favorable index option for you. I will also say that the BlackRock Endura was created in 2016, and so that obviously is a problem as well. There's only 7 years of historical back data. The rest is backdated with the benefit of hindsight, and so there is a ultimate risk there. If you chose that index, maybe it will perform, maybe it won't, but your fallback option ultimately is an S&P account. And when you have an S&P account that has lower than a 10% cap, or you're paying to be in a higher cap with this high cap index account, your options are slim. So let's keep going. Next one I want to show you is the BlackRock Endura version 2. The difference being a higher participation rate with no bonus. Again, same old song here. This BlackRock Endura has only been around since 2016. That's about 7 years of historical data. The rest is back tested with the benefit of hindsight. And so essentially, you can go into this index and it could perform for you, but there is no long-standing data behind it. Next one that we have is a 36-month or 3-year S&P account. The guaranteed cap is 32%. And essentially, if you've seen any of our other product reviews, any carrier that has 3-year or 5-year or even multiple year option indexes, we're not fans of. And the reason is because you are protected from the downside on how these policies earn interest. You have a 0% floor. You're going to want more volatility on these indexes. And when you have multiple year indexes, your volatility actually gets less. And so for that reason, we don't love multiple year indexes. It could absolutely perform for you, but if you don't get a performance let's say you get a 0% after that 3-year mark, you have to wait another 3 years for your policy to receive interest. And so, we're not fans of that, which leads me to my next one, high par 5-year index. This is, I believe they have this on their last product. There's no current growth cap, and it's also guaranteed 10% over the 5 years. Looking at this, I'm sure there are agents out there saying, hey, it's a guaranteed 10%. There's no cap as well. Well, that's not the full story. Essentially, this is a 10% spread out over 5 years, which is less than 2% guaranteed every single year. And it's not a floor. You are guaranteed in hindsight, retroactively guaranteed less than 2%, and that would be, less than their fixed rate. So when we're summing up, these different indexing options, there isn't one that stands out to us as a great option until maybe this BlackRock Endura performs for a long time, maybe 10 to 15 to 20 years versus just the 7. So, we have a low capped S&P, we have an expensive S&P option, we have 2 BlackRock Enduras that don't have a long track record, and then we have the multiple year indexes. And so overall, these indexes are just not going to be the best bang for your buck. If you're looking across the industry, obviously indexing options are one of multiple mechanics that you want to look into. Really, there's not a great option here as the time is right now. So the other change in these products, and this is probably where agents are going to be selling the product on the most, is early cash value. And that's where we come into the next product, the Horizon ECV IUL. And so let's just start on the first Horizon IUL, and let's look at what we see in terms of cash value. So first year, we have about $9,000 in cash value here available for you in that net cash surrender value column here. And if we go over to the Horizon ECV IUL, we see we have $4,000 more and actually more accumulation value than the other one. And so what this essentially is doing is giving you more cash value early. That's absolutely a selling point. Is this a good short-term vehicle? Absolutely not. So does it really make a difference long term? Well, let's see if it does. So we can see here in the non-early cash value product, we're generating $43,000 every single year, tax-free for life with no risk at the market, which means, you've put in $400,000 around life expectancy, you've taken out something like $1.3 million, and you're still left with a $750,000 death benefit. So that's something like $2 million to you and your beneficiaries tax-free. The downside to the early cash value product is you're actually getting less income. We can see here it's generating $41,000 in tax-free income. Going out to that same spot, you've put in $400,000, you're getting out 1.2, and you're left with a little less death benefit. So that's resulting in more like $1.9 million. So over the course of time, you're looking at something like $100,000 less in total benefits to you from choosing maybe the early cash value, and it's not giving you that much more in early cash value. I'll say, both of these are going to perform better in terms of income and cash value than their last product. So they do have something working for them in that way. I would say it's an improvement on the PDX and in terms of just generating income. So as we're coming to the end of this product review, the only question that I would say you need to ask yourself is this product giving me the best bang for the buck? And I would encourage you to feel really confident with that answer, whether that's yes or no. And so if that's you, if you're looking at the Pac Life Horizon IUL or the Pac Life ECV IUL, and you want a second opinion, we would be happy to look it over for you. We have a link to our website where you can upload a policy for free. We'd be happy to review it, give you our take, educate you on whether or not this is going to be giving you the best deal. So we'll include that in the description. Feel free to reach out, comment if you have any questions on the product. We'd be happy to answer them. So this has been Brady Watkins with Leverage Wealth, Cash Value Life Insurance Reviews. You guys have a good one.